Alright guys, Tom here, and welcome to my first ever WWE TLC 2012 prediction. And I've been looking forward to this all week to start my TLC 2012 predictions, and I've decided to start with the match which I am most looking forward to. It is John Cena versus Dolph Ziggy, and it's going to be an absolute awesome match. Now, the first thing I'd like to say is I made the custom Cena in the ring. It's his 10-year t-shirt kind of custom attire that he wears at the moment with the blue and yellow t-shirt. I personally made this superstar thread, so if you'd like to see that in a video where I show you everything I did to make it look like what he looks like at the moment with his current attire, please post in the comments. But I will also be putting in the comments Dolph Ziggler to win, John Cena to win, and if you have to thumbs up the comment if you think Cena's going to win or if you think Ziggler's going to win. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think as well, so thumbs up that comment. It'll be down in the video right about now, really. So obviously they are finally pushing Dolph Ziggler. They've had many chances to push Ziggler before. I think the night after Money in the Bank this year, they tried to push him with Chris Jericho, Y2J, the legend from the Attitude Era. And then earlier this year, in January 2012, we had at the Royal Rumble CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. And of course, CM Punk retained because he still had his championship for over a year. So they were trying to push Dolph Ziggler twice already this year, but I finally think they've gone to push Dolph Ziggler, which is absolutely awesome, because he has such great potential in the WWE, and finally they've gone to push him. So it's a perfect use of Cena. Cena is a top seller of merchandise, so it at least gets him in the PPV. He wouldn't have got the WWE Championship spot because he got one at Night of Champions, and it's kind of getting a bit lame where how many times he's gone for the WWE Championship off CM Punk. So it gets him in the PPV, it sells merchandise, it sells PPVs, so they're going to be making an extra 15 quid or here or there because it's got Cena in the PPV. But it's not for a championship, it's for the Money in the Bank, which Dolph Ziggler rightly owns. Ziggler versus Cena makes Ziggler a main eventer from a mid-carder. Putting it up against Cena is so good idea. It's a very good idea because Money in the Bank, only 12 people have won it, including Dolph Ziggler, and Cena, the 11th person to cash in, and failed. Yes, failed. Cena was not supposed to win, hence why Big Show broke up at Raw 1000, because he got CM Punk in the STFU, remember, and then Big Show came in, but technically CM Punk won. Cena won due to disqualification, but in disqualification rules in a championship match, CM Punk retained the title because Cena was not supposed to win the Money in the Bank match, because remember, at Money in the Bank 2012, it broke when he was hitting Big Show with it, and we think that he actually wasn't supposed to win, but I think that, but I don't think he was supposed to win. I think Big Show was supposed to win. That's why they threw him in the match at SummerSlam, Big Show versus Cena versus CM Punk. We're getting on another topic here, which I don't want to do. So it started a feud between Big Show, Cena, and CM Punk to no avail, but the winner is but moving on to this match, the winner is guaranteed the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, guaranteed, because the only time that hasn't been cashed in, like I said, was Cena, and that was an accident because they didn't want Cena to actually win it because he wasn't supposed to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. So it's literally winner guaranteed for the World Heavyweight Championship. So I think they're going to put this match between the World Heavyweight Championship and the match between The Shield and Team Hell No and Ryback. I think it will go Sheamus versus Big Show. Then the next match, it'll go this match, Dolph Ziggler and Cena. And then the next match, you have The Shield versus Hell No and Ryback, because then it'll make the match much more intense, because you've both got, you know the winner with the money, who wins the Money in the Bank. The match, they'll know who they're fighting to face for the World Heavyweight Championship. Will make it much more intense, if you know what I mean. This match will be second to last, separating the World Heavyweight Championship match and the 6-man tag team match. Like I said, much more intense because they know who is the World Heavyweight Championship. But this week on Raw, John Cena had the upper hand when Raw went off air on Monday. Apparently, according to people that were there, Dolph got hit by everyone's finisher who was in the brawl at the end. So that's the bro kick, that's the FU, that's the choke slam by Big Show, that's the spear by Roman Reigns from the Shield. To me, there's only one winner. Dolph Ziggler must win. WWE can do crazy things, but really, it's the time to push Ziggler. Chris Jericho and CM Punk pushes. It's time. Raw is all centered around the WWE Championship, and if you have two stories leading up to Royal Rumble, Rock versus Punk, obviously The Rock's going to be making a lot of appearances leading up to Royal Rumble, and if you have Ziggler shouting his mouth, and then you've got the World Heavyweight Championship getting in the line as well, then Raw will be much more interesting. Rock will be shooting promos all the time with CM Punk, which will get boring every week, and will get so stale so fast. If they're not capable, if you have Ziggler, who is still Money in the Bank winner and guaranteed the World Heavyweight Championship, then it mixes it up a bit, because after Raw 1000, it was so boring because you got CM Punk ending Raw every week, and it was literally so stale. But Ziggler will obviously show that this will obviously show that Ziggler can compete in big matches, because Cena is known or thought by many fans, literally nearly every fan, the face of the WWE, and especially for the last 10 years. He's been the WWE Champion 11 times, World Heavyweight Champion twice. It's kind of a transition, really, this match between Cena, who is offloading to Ziggler, who this match could really make Ziggler's career, because Ziggler is going to be great, no question, in the WWE, but Ziggler is on SmackDown. SmackDown with a championship is shit. SmackDown is so stale at the moment. It's literally centered about Big Show and Sheamus, and if you have Ziggler as well shouting his mouth about the Money in the Bank contract, it's going to make it much more interesting. But if they have Raw with two champions, because Cena is on Raw, SmackDown really has nothing to really air. It would be so pointless. But John Cena is on the poster with Rock and Brock Lesnar on the actual poster of WrestleMania 29, if you go on that tab on the WWE.com website. And it is rumoured John Cena is going to have a feud running up to WrestleMania 29 with The Rock. Whether Rock has the WWE Championship at that time, we will never know until Royal Rumble. So, it'd be pointless to give him the World Heavyweight title. I think he's just been thrown in here to push Ziggler. Obviously, John Cena continues to work pretty banged up. There is more and more talk that Cena's time as a full-time top star isn't going to last forever. Very sad. There's always a feeling that it would do a main event storylines for as long as his body holds up, which is possibly the end of 2013, and then probably work a schedule where he wouldn't always be on top, but will be saved for a few matches, and then he'll eventually begin a part-time role. Kind of like Edge, kind of like Undertaker now. I think WWE went too far with the AJ and Cena love story, and this week's Raw was a perfect example. Cena showed she is annoying, he was doing the eye rolling, and he doesn't really care. So I think to exit this storyline, the perfect ending to this match would be AJ comes out, distracts Cena, and then Ziggler climbs up to wins the Money in the Bank, captures his Money in the Bank briefcase, and then Cena gets pissed, and they basically break down this storyline, because I can't think of another way to end this storyline. It'd be a perfect opportunity at pay-per-view. So I definitely don't think Ziggler will cash in. TLC, Sheamus and Big Show, it'll be a hardcore match. They'll be pretty beaten up and very ouchy situations. But Royal Rumble is the road to WrestleMania. Cashing in is the perfect opportunity for Ziggler to make his contract. The transition between Cena and John Cena to Ziggler to make him a great Royal Rumble would be a perfect impact to make Ziggler a great by cashing it in and winning the World Heavyweight title. The road to WrestleMania begins, so Ziggler will definitely cash in at Royal Rumble and definitely win this match. So definitely Dolph Ziggler's going to win. I cannot stress this enough. He will definitely win. WWE really cannot stop this push for Dolph Ziggler. I think he'll definitely win. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video and of course like the comments. Dolph Ziggler or Cena to win. It's obviously going to be Cena. So not Cena, Ziggler, sorry. So thanks for watching. Ziggler will win. Goodbye.